Alright, how's it going, everyone? I am the Emerald Raider, and I'm joined by...
The Jade Elf.
And where we last left off, we had just gotten into the entrance of Orzammar, read about some paragons. It looks like there are more paragons to read about, and we're gonna go ahead and continue exploring.
They say the Darkspawn have left for the surface.
They have.
Indeed.
That's what we're here about. Codex explanation of the paragon. Okay.
Why can't we read it?
Pity
so I
for a
shall.
poor old man.
An exclamation of the paragons. Is this the
I
exact
guess-
same thing for each one?
I guess so.
Wait, but it's not updating for each next paragon?
No, it didn't.
Okay, interesting.
You would think that they would want to give us the details on each.
I think this new High Dragon one is the newest one, because we just killed the High Dragon in the last episode.
A fully mature adult female dragon is the High Dragon, the great monster of legend, the rarest of all dragon kind. These dragons hollow out massive layers for themselves, for they need the space to house their harems. Yeah, their harem of drakes, as well as their eggs and the dragonlings. High dragons are seldom seen. They spend more of their time sleeping and mating, living off the prey their drakes bring back. But every 100 years or so, the High Dragon prepares for clutching by emerging from her lair and taking wing. She will fly far and wide, eating hundreds of animals, most often livestock, over the course of a few weeks, and leaving smoldering devastation in her wake. She then returns to her lair to lay eggs and will not appear in the skies again for another century. Wow. Harem. Freaking. Oh, I forgot the other parts.
What was that soup you made for supper last night?
Oh, that's a traditional Ferelden lamb and pea stew. Do you like it?
Lamb and pea.
So, it was lamb then.
Show
Oh, she's a
respect,
vegetarian?
Cersei.
No,
You're in the
he
Hall
told
of
us he
Heroes,
sucked at cooking in the
like
beginning.
most of us.
Oh. The figures are quite grand indeed. Who? A blight is coming. I don't care about your statues. I don't understand that. Who question?
Who are they, I guess? Or, yeah, the Hall of Heroes. Who? I don't fucking know them.
The figures are quite grand indeed.
Paragons, dwarves who achieve such greatness, they're considered ancestors even if they yet walk among us. If only we had one now. A unifier. A voice like that, there would be no dissension.
Ooh, maybe we will be that unifier. Perhaps I can help, so find one. Can't you stand for yourselves? Perhaps I can help.
Perhaps I don't want you to.
I knew that was
Surface
coming!
sees in this kind of disarray. Goodbye, Warden. I hope you're not needed.
Oh no, some random dwarf doesn't want us to.
Pity for a poor old man. I haven't eaten in days.
What's a dwarven beggar doing in here?
In days.
I don't know, but it won't let us give him anything.
Pity for a poor old
Grow a
man.
beard, you filthy dwarven beggar.
Yeah, that's funny. The ones who are like up and good, they have beards, but this one does not. The key to the city. How did we go about getting the key to the city just randomly?
It was a commission or something.
While your concerns have merit, the assembly has made itself clear. Space within the Thag is at a premium, but the intended function of the hall merits the additional resources committed. The statues of the paragons must be the core of the Hall of Heroes. There is no other placement that so benefits dwarven interests. It is the first glimpse that the surface ambassadors have of Orzammar, an introduction not just to our living ancestors, but also to the stone from which we were born. They must see its shape before they can understand the complexity of its raw form. The hall must also serve a second purpose. As a last sight for departing brethren, those who choose to leave must do so with the heavy gaze of their ancestors at their backs. It is a reminder of duty and consequence. We will promote all manner of trade, but also reinforce that those who leave far too long will return as strangers to the stone. From a report of the Assembly Zoning Commission. Wow. They're very...
Yeah, they're
Strict.
big on not leaving.
I shall.
That's weird, though. This is what you meant when you talked about the cutscenes?
It is the assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or as now, when someone tries using the assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in
Oh
prison.
God.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
Not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Oh, no freaking way.
Blood. Blood. I'm gonna try to not comment on anything that's happening in Orzammar, because technically, canon-wise, since we picked to be an elf, everything that they show us is what's actually real and happening, even though I know someone in that cutscene was a bastard and I want you to gut him because of what happened during my Dwarven playthrough, since I never got to, but I'm gonna keep that to myself.
Okay, I'm sure I'll fish out the jerk.
I don't know if he's still a jerk in this. If there was no, well, technically there should be a brother or a person. Yeah. Anyway, Captain, what happened there?
Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order.
The blight is coming and I need Orzammar's assistance. Can a city function like this? I should get going. Let's ask about the blight.
Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here.
I should get going. Sounds like Balin and Harrowmont are the ones to talk to. Paragons. Can a city function like this? Ooh, should we ask about the paragons? Because the other one kind of told us, right? A little bit.
What they are? Yeah.
Yeah, paragons.
Surfacers appoint no paragons? Truly, you're lost in all that sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Wow, dude.
Said go to the library and read a goddamn book.
Can a city function like this?
See, that's why I don't want you surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there, sort this all out in a hurry.
The proving? He's gonna be like, you uncultured swine. Ask about the proving.
Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of
You already said that, fucker.
The true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Sounds like they wants us to ask about Balin. Let's do it.
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate.
Okay.
Alright, we should get going then.
Yep.
Yes, you should.
Vartag and Dulin the Ferender.
So Vartag is for Harrowmont,
So
Dulin is for Balin.
It's huge.
Ooh. Exclamation.
Is there nobody else to talk to before we get there?
There's a door here.
Just to make sure we don't miss something.
We are honored to serve you, Grey Warden.
Oh, you're cool. Oh, the city of Orzammar. The dwarves are lauded for their craftsmanship, and the city of Orzammar is one of the finest works. Orzammar lies at the heart of the Frostback Mountains, deep underground. The city arcs outward from the royal palace, which it is built around a natural lava vent, continually fountaining liquid rock which both lights and heats the entire cavern. The topmost tier of Orzammar is home to the noble caste, with their palaces spanning out in both directions from the court of the king, as well as the Shaperate. which serves as a repository for all dwarven knowledge. The lower tier is the commons, where the merchant caste holds sway and where the finest works of Orzammar's craftsmen are for sale. In the center of the river of lava, connected to the commons by a castway, are the Proven Grounds, a sacred arena where the dwarves by ancient tradition settle their disputes. On one side of the fiery river are the ruins of old dwarven palaces fallen into disrepair, which the locals call Dust Town, now home to the city's casteless. On the other side of the river are the deep roads, which are once joined the sprawling dwarven empire together, but now, after centuries of darkspawn incursions, are largely sealed off. Nearly all knowledge of this network of underground passages has been lost, even to its filters. From pursuit of knowledge, travels of Brother G. Brother G.
That man truly gets around.
He does. Nerov.
Did you see that? I cannot believe what this city has come to. This would never have happened when Endrin was alive.
This Balin, is that King Endrin's son? People are at each other's throats. What do you know about this Lord Harriman? Yeah, this Balin, is he Endrin's son?
Aye. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons.
Damn.
Oh, he did exist. Okay.
Endrin himself recognized that Balin cared for nothing but power. It was Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir.
Oh. Well, we must know all those stories, but this sounds pretty bad. I should go. What do you know about this Lord Harrowmont? People are at each other's throats. Why such hate for Balin? Is Harrowmont qualified? Yeah, why such hate for Balin?
Everybody knows he killed his brother Trian and let his father's favorite son take the blame.
Dang.
Whether Endrin died abed, as we were told, or whether Balin helped him along.
Wow.
Oh, good. They told you, yeah, that third son is the dwarf you play as if you play as a dwarf.
We play as the third son and we die?
We take the blame, get exiled, and have to join the Wardens. Well, he wanted to kill us, but the Wardens were like, we'll take you. No, we get exiled, and then the Wardens find us down in the tunnels, and they're like, we'll take you.
Dang, this episode's pretty crazy. Did you know King Endrin?
Only as a potential match for one of his sons. He was a good
Ooh.
stern.
Oh, so you lost out on your monies, huh?
Apparently.
Let me say, how did Endrin die?
He died in bed after his eldest son was murdered, and the Assembly condemned his second son for it. I cannot blame him for preferring to join the ancestors in eternal peace, if Balin didn't murder him himself.
Who are you?
I am Narav Helmi, third daughter of the second matron of House Helmi.
Oh, also
and you,
third daughter.
stranger, what brings you to Orzammar at such a time?
Who has the authority to defend against the Blight? I am Jade, a Grey Warden. I'm here seeking aid. Yes, I am Jade.
A Grey Warden? That explains why they allowed you past the gates. What kind of aid do you mean?
I have a treaty compelling Orzammar to aid against the Blight.
A blight? Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. I'm sorry, stranger. I fear there will be no aid for you in Orzammar.
You're no one to
Seek
talk.
Lord Harrowmont's support. I suggest you talk with his trusted advisor, Dulin Ferender. He might be able to
Oh,
get
Dulin
you
was for Harrowmont. Okay. Oh, that's all.
Oh, you didn't let me ask. Where'd you go?
Orzammar welcomes the Grey Wardens.
Gosh dang it. I should have asked that other thing first.
Okay, left, right, or down the middle.
Oh no, I'm kind of upset that she didn't let me. Where the hell did she go? Seriously.
There's an exclamation point down there and a document up here.
Let's go get the document.
Ooh.
Stupid chick thinking she can be telling us stuff. You're the third.
It took me years and years to learn.
On dwarven property. Pursuant to Order 51A, no dwarf of intermediate caste may conduct a business in commons. This was subsequently clarified by the Assembly to mean that the owning and operating of stalls or kiosks is limited to those of identified and approved house. Names with traceable ancestor lineage of at least 3 generations. Exceptions include individual purchases of goods or services from established stalls or kiosks, provided the funds are presented at the opening of the transaction at the discretion of the stall or kiosk owner. I'm sure you understand the need to maintain strict quality control over all goods and services that flow through Orzammar, especially when we are making a concerted effort to encourage outside investment. The standards of Dusttown and that of the common brand are simply not sufficient. Your trade permit is hereby denied from a judgment of Assembly Trade Council regarding Middle's reclaimed wares. I feel like we're gonna run into this Middle.
Maybe. Yeah, so they're, from what we're reading, they're really strict about their classes. Pretty much fuck the Poe.
Not to be seen at all. To cloak themselves in shadow and darkness.
Is it true all
I
the
realize
wardens are
that it
dead?
is not such a bad thing to be
We're
seen,
standing right here,
as
so
long
no.
as we do not stand out and
Fuck are you
are
talking
quickly
about?
forgotten. I specialize in blending in, not drawing attention and looking
Oh my
like
goodness, what is
everyone
Liliana
else.
going on about?
It is
Her specialty is blending in. You talking way too much
yes,
for that.
But I've heard you often seduced your targets.
Ancestors'
They remember you.
Not if they died.
Mothers keep
Oh.
them safe. For you know what it is to
Dying while
Oh.
living every-
Oh,
I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone.
who are you? What were you praying for? So this is some kind of shrine? Sorry, I was just leaving. Who are you?
My name is Vilda, widow of Turak of the Smith caste. I pray here every day for my son, Rak. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul.
Oh, I'm sorry. What happened to him? Safe return, your son is missing? I'll leave you with your grief. What happened to him?
It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them.
You want me to look for him? Did anyone go after him? The Deep Roads, then he's almost certainly dead. I'll leave you with you. Dang, that's cold. Do you want me to go look for him?
How? There is no way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself.
We've braved better. I mean, we've braved worse. I'm a Grey Warden, that's what we do. I didn't say I'd do it for free, you're right. I'm a Grey Warden.
A warden? So you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company backing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Aw.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
See, I said that kind of hoping that it would let me ask
What the Deep Roads are.
what the Deep Roads are, and like if somebody else looked for him. But this is what's frustrating about this. I've mentioned I think about 4 times already.
Welcome
Janar.
to Janar Family Arms.
Janar, sorry.
I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new
'Cause
set
we
of
got many?
mail. At Janar,
Because we got a
have
lot of
everything
armor, I'm
from
guessing.
Let's see what you got. You know anything about what's happening with the king? Are you part of the Smith's cast? No thanks. You know anything about what's happening?
I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses.
True,
Lord Harriman's
true.
a fair man. My father did business with him, and he always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object.
Even if the last one's a bastard.
Are you part of the Smith's cast?
I,
Well, not a literal
under
bastard, more like a son of a bitch.
My
Well, I don't know
father
his mom.
made his name by inventing a fall and tacit, which were integrated into the cuirass. But,
The what?
I'm guessing by your face, you're not a smith yourself.
Nope.
Of course. Keep in mind, we also take items on trade.
Okay, so you can't do shit with dragon scales, huh?
And so I shall.
Ooh, life in Orzammar. The dwarves of Orzammar are quite unlike those found in most human cities. Although Orzammar derives its vast wealth from trade with human kingdoms, all dwarves who come to the surface trade are stripped of their position in society. Dwarven merchants are so ubiquitous in human cities that many people labor under the impression that all dwarves are merchants, or that their whole race worships coin and trade. But these surface dwarves are typical creatures, the ones willing to give up all ties to their kin and sacrifice their rank in order to conduct business. Below ground, the dwarves are a people obsessed with honor, their own, and that of their family. Most nobles incorporate chainmail even into formal gowns because of slight insults often turn deadly. There are people who revere excellence and strive to achieve it in all things. Even the members of servant castes have been elevated to paragons, usually posthumously in recognition of remarkable service. Brother G, again. I keep on wanting to say castle.
Yeah, there you go. So there it told you. So the whole reason they got that whole big room in the front, making people think twice about leaving, is because once you leave, you're not allowed back.
Your honor is
well,
gone.
You're allowed back, but your like station is gone. You're like you're like a peasant, or even worse than that.
Wow. So you think that beggar out there is probably one who tried to come back?
Maybe.
It's about time the Darkspawn started attacking the surface. They bothered us for far too long.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think we saw that in one of Brother G's books, is that we call them blights when they come up here, but they just call it a Tuesday.
Oh,
They're always down here.
Woke up a week later in Jada wearing nothing but my shoes and a towel.
Cora.
Follow, stranger. You must be the Grey Warden we heard about. Welcome to Tapsters. I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you?
I'd like a drink. I'd like to hear about the city. I'm just looking around. I'd like to hear a bit about the city.
So you come to Tapsters? I guess you're not asking for anything official, or you'd be at the Shaperate. But I can certainly give you a mole's eye view.
That's all. What's a Shaperate? Is there any place I should see while I'm here? Yeah, what's a Shaperate?
It's the bureau of all the Shapers in Orzammar, led by the Shaper of Memories. If you're from the surface, I guess you'd call them scholars. They keep all of our records, laws, genealogies. You got questions about Orzammar's history, and don't mind answers in words as long as your leg, that's the place to go.
Huh. Where can I find this Shaper of Memories?
He'd be in the Diamond Quarter. Pardon, the Nobles District. Upstairs from here, however you call it.
Any place I should see while I'm here?
The nobles stay upstairs, except when they're slumming. You'll find the assembly there, the palace, the Shaperate, and plenty of estates. Down from here is just Dust Town or the mines, so my recommendation is avoid. It's not part of the city, just some old tunnels where the castlists build their nest. No one goes there if they can help it. But if you want fun, your best bet is the Proving.
What is the Proving?
It's a chance for all the best fighters in Orzammar to test their skills. There's a tournament today. Arenas between here and the Diamond Quarter.
Alright, that's all.
A Grey Warden is always welcome in Tapsters.
We're a great warrior.
I'm afraid to walk the commons alone at night. Those Carta thugs are horrid.
Darkspawn attacks have been really light this year.
I'm coming! Hold on!
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa, hey.
The surface must be so interesting.
Oh, their chairs are so cute. Ooh, Nevin.
Stranger. You looking for a stool to share a brew?
Not interested. Who are you? Don't mind if I do. You looking for a fist to share your face? Who are you?
Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's Expeditionary Field Unit. Yourself?
You work for Balin?
I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave politics where it belongs.
Nice. Good man. Thanks for the drink, but I should go. Who's your unit fighting? I've never been in the Deep Roads. Who's your unit fighting?
Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons elsewhere while those vermin still live.
Okay. I've never been to the Deep Roads.
Every Grey Warden ends up there. That's where they send you when you're ready to leave this world. Go die in the dark, putting away as many vermin as you can. Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back tomorrow, and we're not the only ones.
Who's sending you out?
Balin ordered us in at first bell. He's splitting us into 4 teams to search for some of the lost tigers. Looking for signs of Bronca, I guess. Seems to be who everyone's after.
Oh, Bronca. Who else is in the Deep Road? Oh no, who's Bronca?
Bronca was a paragon and a great smith or whatnot. But she went batty and let her whole house into the Deep Roads more than 2 years ago. No chance she could have survived. And a lot of good men are gonna die looking for her corpse. Excuse me. This brew is starting to taste awful bitter.
So there's a living paragon. Or at least he's fucking singing all drunkly. Or at least there was a living paragon 2 years ago. Who knows if she's still alive, but they're looking for her.
Right.
Shut up.
Okay, I feel like I'm failing with these communications right now. There's already been 2 other people who I could have gotten information from, and I could not.
I can't take it.
It's because you don't have a beard. I don't respect a dwarf with no beard except for one.
Monsters hit
And we haven't met that dwarf.
What are you talking about? Is this Darkspawn corruption or just madness? What are you talking about?
They follow you. Once you are in the story, they possess your friends and follow.
What story?
I found copies. All from the same pen and older than the ones in song. Dormant my ass. Take them. I want out. I won't disappear chasing a lie. I won't.
Okay. I'm bound. The writers follow after every town ever since my lucky break, deciphering the story. I see it now. How they take the locals closest to me, preventing rest or kinship. I thought this a road to glory, but I am dogged at every step by his talons. Gaxine cursed his name and the day I heard it.
I think we've read those first 2. We found this one for sure in the ruins we were just at. So is this the new one?
3 weather parchments with 3 versions of the same incomplete story. Excerpt. And when his kingdom fell, so disappeared the stolen riches of an age. The beast, the unbound dormant until one of true spirit claims his throne. So must hunt the hero of his people, the principled who would search for ancient evil. This is how they can make a real difference. Scribbled in the corner in shaky hand, 3 pages, 3 ages, same story updated. Same as the tavern song, but older. Signature torn on purpose, but compare and get Vim Madden off from him. How?
Okay, so this guy is for Balin, this guy is for Haramon, and we promised the mama we'd find the kid, or at least his body.
Told him I don't understand. It was perfect with the slow roast. I mean, it's how the ancestors show their
Lord Helmy.
We really need our help to decide who's worthy, and then he practically slapped me. Lord Dennick Helmy, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me.
Again, it's because you don't have a beard.
In taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden?
You know me? Word travels fast. Controversial opinion for a dwarf in the assembly. Most humans treat my people like you're casteless. I'm not looking for introductions or a debate. Goodbye. I don't want to say that I'm understanding what you're saying. You know me? Word travels fast.
You don't get far as the youngest and most outspoken member of the assembly without keeping an ear to the stone. I heard there was a Grey Warden in town. No offense, but you kind of stand out.
Was it the height?
Or the fact that I'm an elf? Your views on caste must be controversial in the assembly. Most humans treat my people like you're casteless. Your views on the cast must be controversial.
Very good. I guess someone already told you I was good for nothing, drinking my life away at tapsters. Or did they leave off at greatest shame to ever fall upon the assembly? I'm always like that one. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the assembly. Orzammar is so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the casts are even necessary.
So you get to vote the next king? How does the caste system work anyway? I should get going. So you get to vote on the next king?
Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how someone who's born into every privilege inevitably wants more. They're not fond of my views on equality.
Who are you voting for?
I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Quarter in his life. But Lord Harrowmont seems a bit more forgiving. Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar matters more to him than winning.
How does the caste system work?
Badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected deshers of the assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill.
Unless you become a paragon.
Right.
We should go.
As you wish.
Look at this little fucker talking about equality. In medieval times? Are you kidding me? I guess everyone hates him because he's all like, the caste system is stupid.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for.
Oh god. Let me see what you have in your store. Your allegiance to Balin is clear. Why? You approve of this chaos? Never mind. Your allegiance to Balin is clear. Why?
Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not.
Some say Balin killed his father.
Just as many say Harrowmont. Neither are paragons, and the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade.
Huh. You approve of this chaos?
Can't find ore without splitting some stone. My investments are solid, I'll be fine. The Assembly has done us a favor. They've shown just how loose the sand is under our feet. It opens people to change.
Okay. A blight is coming. Orzammar cannot be divided.
Orzammar will decide what we can or can't be. Blight may be imminent on the surface, but our warriors are well seasoned against dark spawn. There will be topsiders left for trade. There's no end to you.
Nah. He said it's okay if some of you die. We'll still make money. Do you want to see what he's got in the store?
Sure, let's give him gold if he has
Good
gold.
for that.
Okay, we got another exclamation point. Brother Burkle. And another wall carving.
Of course.
The casts. Oh, finally, let me see what those are. The casts. Visitors to Orzammar should keep in mind that their hierarchies of dwarven society are much more complex than our own. It is easy to gravely insult a man simply by mistaking his position. Since this can lead to unnecessary loss of life and limbs, I will attempt to mitigate the danger for my fellow travelers. The society of Orzammar is divided into nobles, warriors, smiths, artisans, miners, merchants, and servants. Now you are undoubtedly saying to yourself, we all have those divisions among our own people. This is a dangerous misconception. Certainly we do have nobility, artisans, merchants, and these positions are largely inherited from our parents. However, the younger children of noblemen often choose to be artisans or soldiers. The sons of merchants may join the army or become servants or apprentice themselves to a craftsman. This is all freely chosen, limited perhaps by the circumstance of birth, but still chosen. What is a matter of choice for the most human folk is dictated entirely by birth for dwarves. No one may become a smith who was not born to smith. Become a smith who was not born to smith caste parents. A servant who marries a noblewoman will never be a noble himself, and although his daughters could be nobles, his sons would be servants, for daughters inherit the caste of their mother, while sons inherit the caste of their father. From Brother G again.
Thanks for explaining that, Brother G.
Huh. That's interesting.
So their caste system is in fact a little stupid, but who the hell are we to say?
I feel like Stan would really like their hierarchy.
Yeah, they sound a lot like Konari, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Maker's blessing on you, sister.
I didn't think dwarves believed in the Maker. May his divine spirit always light your way. Not every very religious. I didn't think dwarves believed in the Maker.
I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry. Returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
You're from Redcliffe. We love Redcliffe.
Of the earth hear no end of this chant.
And that is something to rejoice in, good sister. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar.
Whose permission do you need to open the chantry? Don't dwarves worship their ancestors or something? Well, good luck with that. Let me know how it turns out. I will not help spread your lies. Tell me why I thought it was gonna say legs. Whose permission do you need to open the chantry?
The Shaperid controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting.
Yeah, I'm sure he's willing to give you that. Or she, whoever.
Do you want me to talk to him for you? Well, good luck with that. Let me know how it turns out. Do you want me to talk to him?
Oh, I'd hoped you'd say that. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always.
We're an elf, buddy. Fuck off.
Help just one person as much
Well, although you've been pretty
it's worth any trouble.
religious,
please let me know.
Maker-wise, so I guess we're a converted elf, buddy. Sure. Talk to the person, I'm guessing, is what that's gonna say.
Yep. Anybody else here that we can talk to?
Does not look like it. Oop.
Oh.
This goes to Dust Town. That's where all the poor live. Ew. Let's go check out the other side before we head down there.
Okay. Captain of... Did we talk to him already?
Yeah, that's where we came in from.
Oh. Commoner.
One day the Paragon Branco will return. Oh, and on that day...
Oh, and on that day, what?
This dispute over the throne is exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, as long as you're not the one getting stabbed.
Yeah, exactly.
Being in Orzammar is a privilege. Very few outsiders ever get to see our wondrous city.
That is true.
I knew I should have stuck to common nugs. I've gone and lost them too. I'll never find them the way they skitter.
Common nugs. I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. Guess I'm shutting it down.
What? Okay, what are nugs?
The little pig stuff. We saw one that was dead.
Oh.
They're like little pigs.
These things dangerous? If I see any nugs, I'll send them your way. Good luck with that. Are they dangerous?
We gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash a turnip, I say.
Wow. If I see any, I'll send them your way.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
The lost nug.
We just need one? That's weird.
I'm guessing it's a special one.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
Orzammar welcomes you.
You're like, no, I don't have a moment.
Will make a wise king.
We're gonna talk to everybody else before you.
Welcome to the luxury goods shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was that?
What are those? What the fuck are you talking about?
Not have a look at my shop. I hope nothing coherent. Are you alright? That I should see myself out. Are you alright?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Or maybe they're too polite to mention it.
You just call us rude.
A few years
I
back.
think so.
Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging, then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
Thanks, I will. I don't understand what happened to you. Aren't dwarves immune to lyrium's effects? Are they?
They should be.
Yeah, aren't dwarves immune?
Of course we are. Weak surfacers like you touch the raw ore, and you'll bleed from your eyeballs in hours. Weird seeing how big you are. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much.
You don't seem to be handling it just fine.
You're such a butt. So working... Oh, no, I'm not gonna say that. Working with lyrium made you crazy? Maybe I'll shop somewhere else a little safer. Okay, yeah, let's say it. Working with lyrium.
Crazy, just a little forgetful. Don't worry, I'm fine when I work. Just look at my wares. I have the best blades here. Enchanted to hold fire, ice, anything you want to put in it.
Okay. You want to see?
Right.
Yeah.
Best in the trade, you know. I work the ore myself.
Thank you, bud. What's up, Dagna?
You look like you're not from around here.
Can I help you? Yes, you could say that. Get out of my way. Yes, you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
The Circle of Magi? Of course I've heard of the Circle. Why is a dwarf interested in the Circle? Sorry, can't help you. The Circle of Magi?
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
What? Do you want me to ask them? Why wouldn't they? You're crazy. Dwarves can't do magic. You want to leave Orzammar? Sorry, can't help you. Why wouldn't they?
No dwarf has ever studied at the Circle of Magi. I guess you never read First Enchanter Caitlin's treatise concerning dwarfs and the non-heritability of magic. He tested dwarfs from 20 bloodlines and found they couldn't perform any level of spell casting, regardless of lyrium exposure or time on the surface. The Circle speculates that lyrium in the stone shields us from spiritual influences, and over time made us immune to them.
Huh. So what do you want with the Circle? Right, of course I read that. Why don't you read about taxes and nail like a proper dwarf?
Axis.
Oh, Axis? What do you want with the Circle?
I want to go to the Circle to study.
I assure you that desire will depart the moment you arrive.
I don't want to do
Kind of agree with her.
No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
Huh. I can bring the Circle to your requests. Yeah.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magistrate
He's gonna lose everything.
once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh,
I feel like Morgan's gonna
I'll
disprove.
be waiting by my father's shop.
An unlikely scholar. Bring Dagna's request to the Circle of Magi. Do we have to go all the way to the Circle?
Maybe we just won't do it.
Oh, we gotta go all the way to Circle. I mean, might as well do that before we finish Orzammar then. Because I'm guessing we're gonna have to come back to Orzammar too. Okay, what else we got?
Go home to the Darkspawn now.
Ooh, we got a Nug.
Oddly,
That doesn't seem like a good situation. Although it just says miners.
Capture the Nug.
Lovely.
Shaper's life. Orzammar has carved a legacy from the stone, but history is more than comings and goings that fill the streets. These taverns are old cuts and well-traveled. The true will of the stone is revealed far from the halls of the politics and commerce. The Shaper must step away from the familiar and seek out revelations from the frontier or bury secrets from the paths abandoned. The Shaper must first walk away if he is to return. First steps from the Shaper's life. You wrangle the Nug into a box, ready for delivery to Bormore.
Interesting. Oh, he just needed the one. Cool.
We read this one? Hip deep in mad Nugs. Our screams deafen their keen ears. We will be Nug poop. The Nug is an omnivore common to the deep roads, a hairless creature that is almost as blind as well as completely docile. It spends most of its time wading in shallow pools as well as mud pits, feeding on small insects, worms, and in a pinch, limestone and simple metals. Indeed, the digestive system of a Nug is legendary, able to make a meal out of almost anything a Nug finds on the cavern floors. Nugs reproduce rapidly, spreading into any niche within the deep roads they can find, and serve to support a variety of predators such as giant spiders and deep stalkers. So too do dwarves make meals out of them. Nugs are, in poor or slum portions of Orzammar, one of the most common sources of meat available. Some dwarves even domesticate the creatures, claiming to find the creatures' high-pitched squeaks pleasing.
Interesting. Alright, y'all seem like you want to talk. What you want to talk about?
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
What I'm doing here is none of your business. Will you let me pass? Why do you need patrols? Yeah, why do you need patrols?
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
Actually, they made their move on the surface. Are Darkspawn the only danger in these tunnels? What do you know about Paragon Branca? Will you let me pass? Actually, they're on the surface right now.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except
during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening.
What do you know? Are the Darkspawn the only danger in these tunnels?
Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin.
Deep stalkers?
Ugly beasts they are. Walk on two legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size.
Are there no doors past this point?
A few outposts. Legion of the Dead mostly, fools that they are. Some scavenger types too.
Legion of the Dead?
It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes, or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join, and swear their only goal is a glorious death.
Will you let me pass?
Into the deep roads? Not without a full unit of soldiers to back you, my friend. Or Adesher's permission to risk yourself. Orzammar can't afford to lose its citizens or honored guests on casual visits to the deeps.
Oh, I'm honored. What do you know about Paragon Branca?
What anyone knows. She went out there with her entire house and she's never coming back.
You don't think maybe she's still there, Commander? She is a paragon, after all.
And now she's an ancestor. No one lasts 2 years in the
So that bitch is dead. Okay, we should go.
Aye. For your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
All right. Well, that was this layer of not the deep roads. That's there. That was this layer of Orzammar. We haven't gone into the actual palace itself. If you guys did enjoy, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We will catch you on the next one.